Recent years have been marked by a monstrous growth in man's power over being, over things, and over men. But the grave responsibility, the clear consciousness, the strong character needed for exercising this power well have not kept pace with its growth at all. These are the words of Romano Guardini, a German Catholic priest and philosopher who was writing in the aftermath of the Third Reich and the Second World War. Guardini argued that unless we use our technological power very deliberately for good, we'll inevitably use it for ill. To use our power well, we need wisdom, compassion, courage, humility, selflessness, and restraint. This is true not only, but especially among our leaders. Today we're facing a different set of interconnected crises: ecological, political, social, and personal. In even the short time since the publication of this book, these have been compounded by war in Europe, which is threatening to escalate. Guardini's words are as prophetic now as they were in 1950. Unless we return to the language and the practice of the virtues, our technological genius will destroy rather than save us. To quote Pope Francis, only by cultivating sound virtues will people be able to make a selfless ecological commitment. In his Wreath Lectures of 2020, Mark Carney argued that we need to shift our political focus from financial to social and ecological goals to enable values to drive value. But how will we then achieve such goals? In the light of Guardini's warning, I suggest that we need to attend to the limits and dangers of using top-down planning as the primary means for this. I also propose that in the light of his analysis, we need to ask three further questions. First, how do we nurture the kind of morality in which markets, innovation, and investment, as Carney argues, need to be embedded? Secondly, what's the relation between national government and those initiatives that are already responding to climate change and other social challenges from the bottom up? Thirdly, what's the appropriate size and scale for each different kind of economic activity in its own geographical and social context? Virtues aren't just actions, but dispositions. They're ways of being. They run through people like the writing on a stick of rock. We can't just adopt them instantly. We learn them over time by being with other people who have them. Good characters need to be nurtured in the soil of healthy communities, and healthy communities are built through shared voluntary activity. The best hope for transition to the kind of society we need comes from those tens of thousands of groups across the world of people who are already trying to live the solutions. This mass of grassroots initiatives that have sprung up in response to ecological and social crises. We might think of food clubs, of community-supported agriculture, of community groups supporting refugees or running social farms, or saving ancient woodland or making streets safe for children to play. Charities, not-for-profits, social entrepreneurs, local government, they're all playing their part in supporting or stimulating innovative solutions to our social problems. This great gathering of social momentum has no official name, so I've nicknamed it the Undergrowth movement. The word conjures up images of small-scale green growth, of varied, free, complementary, and interconnected forms of life. This is where what needs to be done by everyone is already being done by someone. This is where we can find innovative, practical solutions. This is also where the kind of leaders we need can be formed and nurtured. Transition to a safer, cleaner world will need a new kind of politics and a new kind of political leadership. This will be neither a politics of competitive individualism nor one of top-down control. Rather, it'll be a politics of allowing, enabling, and encouraging. The first and most important step is just to notice what's already being done and avoid undermining it. Only then should political leaders move on to supporting, coordinating, and where essential, supplementing what's needed. All of this, I argue, will require our leaders to combine a contrasting set of demanding virtues: boldness with modesty, decisiveness with attentiveness, charisma with integrity, urgency with patience. Above all, they will need trust, hope, and humility.